Hello, everyone. I'm really glad you're diving into this topic for your practical research. As someone who has spent over 20 years, teaching math and ICT, and as a lifelong gamer myself, I've seen firsthand how digital tools can either be a distraction or a powerful catalyst for learning. In my classes, whether we're building apps in grade 10 or navigating business finance in grade 12, I'm always looking for that sweet spot where technology makes a difficult concept click. I'm happy to share my personal observations and professional experiences to help ground your study. So let's jump into your first question. So, what are your views on using digital game based tools as part of STEM instruction? Well, after 20 years in the classroom, I've realized that, STEM shouldn't feel like a spectator sport. My view is that digital games turn students from audience members into engineers. When I use a tool to teach app development, for example, I'm not just trying to make class fun. I'm trying to create a sandbox. In a game, a student isn't afraid of a complex formula because it is just a mechanic they need to master to reach the next level. It changes the atmosphere from I have to learn this to I want to solve this. Okay, so for your question number two, what's that? So how do students respond when these tools are used in STEM lessons? The change is visible the moment the screen lights up. You see this shift in posture. They lean in. In my business ethics or business finance classes, the usual boredom disappears and is replaced by a competitive but healthy spark. But more importantly, I see them talking to one another even more. So they aren't just looking at me, they are pointing at screens, debating strategies, and celebrating small wins. It's a much more vocal kind of learning than the traditional silence of a lecture. For your question number three, how do these activities influence confidence and collaboration? Well, this is where I see the biggest win. In STEM, many students have a fear of being wrong. But in a game, much like in Guild Wars 2, which I play for over 8 years, or any RPG, failing is just a part of the loop. If a student's mobile app build fails in App Inventor, they don't see it as a personal failure. They see it as a bug to fix. That builds incredible confidence. As for collaboration, I often see the gamers in class stepping up to mentor the others. It levels the playing field and turns the classroom into a real development team. For your question number four, how do these tools help students understand difficult STEM concepts? Well, STEM is full of invisible concepts like compound interest in business finance or logic flows in ICT. You can't always see them on a chalkboard or whiteboard. Digital tools make the invisible visible. When a student can move a slider and see a graph change instantly, or see their code turn into a working button, the light bulb moment happens much faster. So it takes the theory out of the textbook and puts it right in their hands. For question number five, what challenges have you noticed? No, it's not all sunshine and high scores. The biggest hurdle is time. Our curriculum is so packed that sometimes I feel guilty spending 20 minutes on a game, even if it is effective. Then there's this distraction trap. Some students get so caught up in the mechanics of the game that they miss the underlying lesson. And honestly, technology isn't perfect. A slow connection or a crashed up like can kill the momentum of a great lesson in seconds. So you always need a plan B. For your number 6 question, how can this be better integrated into our school routines? Well, I think we need to stop treating games as a reward for finishing work and start treating them as the work itself. We need better synchronization between these tools and our grading system. So I don't have to manually transfer scores. Also, it would be great if our classroom routines allowed for a more laboratory time, blocks of time where we can just explore and play without the pressure of a bell ringing every hour. It's about creating a culture where digital exploration is just as normal as opening a notebook. So these are my answers to your 6 questions thrown to me. And to wrap things up, I want to thank you for choosing this topic. And after 2 decades in the classroom, I've seen many trends come and go. But the shift toward digital game-based learning is more than just a trend. It's a reflection of how your generation actually thinks and solves problems. As a teacher, my goal is not just to hand you a diploma. It's to prepare you for a world where technology and logic are inseparable. Whether I'm teaching you business finance or mobile app development, I'm always looking for ways to make the hard part feel like a challenge worth winning rather than a chore to be finished. So your research is important because it helps us educators understand if these tools are actually hitting the mark or if we need to adjust our strategy to better support your learning. So I'm so excited to see your final findings and keep asking these tough questions. That's actually or exactly what the S in STEM is all about, meaning science. So good luck with your research. Thank you and have a nice day.